Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and place to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, and happy Tuesday. I had to think about it. Happy Tuesday, and I hope everybody is having a great week so far. Last night, listen, Linda. Last night was the return of The Bachelor. I'm gonna tell you, I am so excited for this to be Joey's season. Heading into the season, I was thinking, listen, before they announced The Bachelor, I was like, I really want it to be Tanner. I still love Tanner. However, I think they picked the right guy when they picked Joey. I would have either gone for, I would have been okay with either Tanner, John V, or Joey. But now that I look at it, I think Joey was the perfect choice. He's just, listen, Joey is just so sweet. Like, he just seems like just a genuinely nice, kind, gorgeous, just adorable, nice, decent guy. So I'm excited. I'm very excited to see how it turns out, because the last few bachelors that they have, I have not been impressed with at all. So I'm happy to see Joey's The Bachelor, and I really hope, I hope he can bring this franchise back a little bit, because like I said, the last few bachelors have been not been my favorite. Okay, so how we started off was just how they started off the Golden Bachelor. Like, they would take a scene from the episode and they would kind of foreshadow and show like a traumatizing, like a scene where the Bachelor is crying or he's real upset or something like that. So that's what they did in this. And I'm going to tell you, when they showed Joey crying, in my mind, I honestly thought, listen, if somebody is making my little angel baby Joey cry, I immediately wanted to punch that bitch. Whoever it was, I wanted to find them, I wanted to throat chop them, I wanted to throat punch them, because don't you dare make a sweet baby Joey, sweet Bachelor Joey cry. But then you see that there is still one, there is a rose there. So, I mean, like, and then a little bit later on, and then they show him saying, did I make the wrong decision? Did I make the wrong mistake? Did I make a mistake? So you're thinking, like, wait a minute, is he now regretting sending his first choice home, like the first person home? Who knows? Oh my gosh, listen. He says at the start of this, because he says that he moved from Hawaii back home to Philly, and he was talking with his family, and he was like, listen, my biggest fear is that the love that I have for the woman is not reciprocated. If that is what happens, listen, because you know that women who are on this season will be going to paradise next summer. Any of these women, if any of these women break his heart, don't reward them by putting them on a beach and giving them a free paid vacation. Well, I don't know if it's paid. Yeah, it would have to be paid. Don't give them a vacation on ABC's dime. Don't do it. So Joey shows up at the mansion to meet Jesse. Jesse says, hey, listen, brother, history is going to be made tonight. And we're all like, he's like, what is going to be happening? And I thought, why? What's going to be happening? So he says, it's going to be the most number of women that we've ever had. It's 32 women. It's not like it's going to be 65 women. It's 32 women, with a lot of them being from Canada. I did not understand why there were so many people from Canada, but there were a lot of women from Canada, and there were a little bit more women from Philadelphia than there usually is. But Canada, I would think that they would have, wouldn't they have like a Bachelor Canada? I mean, they get people on Paradise that are from Canada, like the Canadian Bachelor show. So I would think that they would be applying for that show. Anyways, first out of the limo is Lexi. Lexi had some health issues, and it's kind of made her realize that, hey, I need to find somebody. I really want to have a kid. I want to have a family, and I want to get married. So this is kind of pushing her to do that. Next up was, well, I don't know if next up, but Maria. Maria's from Canada. I'm not sure about her. I know it looks like she makes it far. There's something about her that I'm not that big a fan of. She did give him, she gave him a flag, a Canadian flag, to put in his lapel, and they had to blur it out. Can anybody tell me why they had to blur out the Canadian flag? Like, I didn't think it wasn't like a flag that had like a penis or like a, you know, a pair of boobs on it and a penis or nothing. It was the maple leaf. It was a flag. I don't know. That didn't make any sense. Next was, and then there was Autumn. And the thing about Autumn, where she was like, can I ask, what is your favorite season? And you know he's not going to be like, no guy's going to be like, oh, it's autumn. It's like maybe spring, possibly summer. I like hot, I like, you know, heat. I like some sun and some sun. She's like, oh, well, I'm hoping you're going to fall in love with autumn. Oh. That was dumb. So, also, listen, there were two dresses that I absolutely loved that night. There was Krissa from Canada. Her dress was gorgeous. That was the one that was like black and sparkly. And I think it was like diagonal on one, but it had that gorgeous train. Oh, I thought that was beautiful. And then the other one was Daisy. Daisy was the one who came in the, driving the red truck with the Christmas tree. I love that idea because her family owns a Christmas tree. She grew up on Christmas Tree Farm. Okay, that's right. Everybody, while you can, sing that Taylor Swift song. Sing that Taylor Swift song. Why do I keep calling her Taylor Smith? Taylor Swift song. And my love is a Christmas tree farm where the people are warm. Dance under sparkling lights. I guess that's how it goes. But she had the pink dress that was all sparkly. Oh, and I love that one too. Those were my two favorites. Okay. I don't know who it was that gave the save the date card, but really, it was something different. You've never seen somebody do that. However, I didn't pay attention as to whether or not that woman was cut the first night, because if she was, oh, you wasted your money on that, sister. Okay, here is the thing. One of the gimmicks for this season is sisters. You have Allison, they're both from Philadelphia. There's Allison, the younger sister, and Lauren, the older sister. I saw on Twitter that somebody was like, Allison looks like the Wish version of Megan Fox. And then I looked at her and I could not unsee it. But before he met Allison, he was like, I'm really hoping that I meet somebody that opens up about their family. And cue Allison, and Allison's like, oh yeah, and she was talking about her family. And then her sister, the big sister, comes in. I don't like Lauren. I do not like Lauren, not one bit, not even a little. I don't like Lauren. I don't have like anything bad to say about Allison. Allison's middle of the road for me. That being said, would I love to see the two of them make it to the end and there have to be a hometown, how would that work out? Or if one of them were to make it and the other one didn't, oh, how would that work out? Joey, listen, we'll talk about the sisters later. I think it's a weird, awkward situation waiting to happen. I don't know. I wasn't impressed by it. And speaking of Lauren brought out 2 beers, and she had a beer shotgun in race contest with him. She won, of course. But the thing that made Joey seem like more I don't want to say approachable, but more like a normal guy is that right after he did the beer shot, he did the shotgun on the beer can, he burped. I mean, and they didn't edit it out. I'm not saying that I love a guy that burps all the time, but I mean, if you're drinking a beer, you're going to burp. Jen's entrance was interesting. She showed up in like a race car, like a not a dune buggy. What do you call it? You know, I have written down bumper car, race car. Wasn't a dune buggy? I don't know. If you watched it, you know what I mean. It's like a little tiny race car that kind of looks like a bumper car. One of those. I thought that was cute. Jessica showed up in a boat. She showed up in a boat, and they were like, she wasn't driving it on dry land, but it was on the back of like a truck, and then she was in the boat, and she had the hat on, the captain's hat. Stupid. Another woman showed up with a giant bra, and he was like, why the fuck do you got this? And she's like, because I'm here for huge support. I mean, a ginormous bra, like half of a town could fit in it. And then there was Zoe. Zoe, just spoiler alert, she did not get a rose, and I can understand why, because she brought a number of bananas, and she said, pick the one that you identify with most. You're nasty. You're nasty. And then came Leah. Now, before Leah showed up, everybody was like, well, there's a girl that's going to be showing up. She already met him, and she got some kind of a card, and I wonder what that's going to be. So I'm like, is she going to have a massive target on her back because of this? So she shows up, and I like Leah. I think I really do. I like her. And when you hear what she did later on, I like her even more. So when I started taking notes, I started writing notes on everybody, and then that quickly stopped. When he talked to Autumn, he was very much into Autumn, and I wrote, okay, so this first broad's getting a rose. That's Autumn. First kiss went to Jess on the boat. And listen, she was already saying, so he was already saying, I could see myself at, so he was already saying, I have written here, he could already see himself as her wife. Scratch that. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. She probably had said, I can already see him as my husband. But who knows? He might have said, I can see her as my wife. So after she kisses him, she walks in and she immediately tells everybody, oh, I kissed him and we kissed and it was so great. Oh my God. She didn't say I'm going to marry him, but she kept telling everybody that would listen. Meanwhile, putting a massive target on her back and giving total Braden vibes. If you remember from Braden from charity season, he had to tell everybody that would listen about how he kissed Charity. She did the same thing. Jess is full on in her villain era. And it would not surprise me if she went on this show to be a villain to get famous. I'm just saying, it would not surprise me. Daisy, I like Daisy. I like Daisy a lot. Daisy is the one that she was deaf and she got a cochlear implant and now she hears much better. But the thing is when she is in a crowd, she can't really, I guess, pick out individual conversations, and maybe it's a little bit more garbled up than it would be for somebody without a cochlear implant. So she's a little overwhelmed. She was talking to him. I thought that she was going to tell him right then and there. She didn't, but he's very drawn. He said he's drawn to her, and then he kissed her, and it was so sweet. But she didn't go in and start like immediately bragging about how she kissed him. It was just very sweet. Meanwhile, speaking of Jess, our first villain of the season, she says, listen, I'm very confident I'm going to be getting the first impression rose, and I know that it's going to be me. So then she goes and she does what? She's already had a discussion with him. She's already sucked face with him. So what does she do? She goes, interrupts the discussion that he's having with Taylor, and I'm sorry, but can I talk to you? I need to talk to him. And she's like, no. Can you wait a little bit? She's like, well, yes, okay. And then stands, they're here, and then stands like here and hovers. Now, what the hell is that? And then she says, oh, I'm not that girl, and I hate that I interrupted Taylor's conversation. Yeah, I could tell. I could tell that you were extremely upset with yourself, and you felt that you disrespected somebody. Now, see, listen, when you do that, I get that that's the name of the game, that you have to get your time. But if you've already had the time, then how about leaving some of these other women? There's 32 women. How about if you let everybody get a shot at talking to them? Ignorant. So the sisters, okay, so the sisters finally are like, okay, we're just going to tell everybody, because when they walked in, they didn't say they were sisters. They were just like, they walked up to each other, and the one was like, I could see myself being best friends with you, which would be odd because like you literally just met. So they come out and say, we're not just friends, we're sisters. And I don't know if producers were probably thinking that the reaction would be like, oh, no way, really? Oh, wow. Wow. But it wasn't. It just fell flat. Like, everybody was confused. Some of the women were like, this is weird. This just feels weird. Once again, how is this going to work out if they both make it to hometowns? Which, to be honest with you, I don't see either one of them making it to hometowns. So Joey is talking to, what's her name? Lauren. He's talking to Lauren, and they're talking about where she lives and family. He was just about to kiss her. It felt to me like he was going to kiss her. And then here comes little sister. Here comes Allison. So Allison comes over, steals him away. They're talking, and she's like, I live in Philadelphia. Oh, where at in Philadelphia? I live here. And he's like, that seems like I have heard that someplace before. And then they kiss. And Lauren is pissed because they're here, and Lauren's like here, watching the whole thing. And she is pissed. They then talk to him, and they're like, hey, wanted to let you know we're sisters. And he's not surprised. He's like, that didn't surprise me. Seemed like maybe you two were sisters. And That was a big fail on the producer's part. Some of the other women that he really liked Kelsey. She's the one from New Orleans. He liked her a lot. But what is in the card for Leah? So all the ladies are like, could it be immunity? Could be. So Leah goes into another room, opens the card. What the card says is that you get to steal a one-on-one date before hometowns. And this is not something that she is happy with. Her reaction is one of being upset. Because she doesn't want to disrespect any of these women. She doesn't want to take away anybody else's opportunity to get to know them because they're all wonderful ladies. Now listen, I'm going to tell you what, that right there, that shows what kind of a person she is and what kind of character she has. That is a decent woman. That is a good person because she's there to meet her potential husband. However, she doesn't want to disrespect anybody else and she doesn't want to ruin the day for anybody else. Because imagine you get a one-on-one date card and you're so excited and you get to spend time with him and you're looking forward to it, and then someone snatches it away from you. You would feel terrible. And you would feel terrible. She wouldn't want somebody doing that to her. So when she had her reaction, I just thought, boy, you're a real decent person. You're just a kind human. And that she's there, obviously, she's there for the right reasons. So she told Joey what it was, and she told him what she thought. And Joey was very impressed. She was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. She told the ladies, and she eventually threw it in the fire, which I think is the right thing to do because it's, like I said, I mean, everybody's there to try and get to know him. And she told Joey, she said, listen, if I'm the person that's meant to be with you, then we'll build on that. We will build on that and we'll get to know each other. And if I'm not, then I don't want to take that experience away from somebody else. Love her. Absolutely love Leah. Love her. Leah. Love Leah. There was also Lexi. Lexi really likes her. Lexi, she was the one who has been playing golf since she was like 2. And she had said, well, you could come golfing with me and my brother and my father at Pebble Beach. He was really into her. I liked her. Maria. Listen, I don't know what it is about Maria that I'm just not a fan of, but I'm not. I don't know. She might grow on me, but I don't know. Like, she had said, listen, I'm not going to kiss him. He's kissed a lot of other women. I'm not going to kiss him. I am not going to kiss him. Listen, Joey, yeah, I would kiss that. So she's talking to him and she's all like, hey, I love horror movies. What's your favorite movie? And he says, Remember the Titans. But then like right in the bottom of the TV, it's like, Remember the Titans now on Disney. I'm thinking, wait, did they tell you to say that? Or is that really one of your favorite movies? Like, it seemed to me like it was just like a cross promotion. Like, in the earpiece, maybe the producers were like, make sure that you say, Remember the Titans. Your favorite movie is Remember the Titans. It's on Disney. That's what I was thinking. And how did she hold up with not kissing him? Not well, because she sucked face with him and sucked face a lot. Once again, there's something that I do not like about her. I don't know what it is, but it's something. Like at first their conversation seemed awkward and I was like, this is going nowhere. And then he's like, she's a Spitfire. I kind of like her. No. So the first impression rose, who was it going to go to? Before Leah opened the card, I kind of thought that it would go to Daisy. First impression card went to Leia. And I'm going to tell you, I am perfectly fine with that. I thought she absolutely deserved that. But here's the thing. All the women are like, she gets the first impression rose and everybody's like, oh, hooray, yay, oh, that's sweet. Until people were like, until they weren't happy. And then Evelyn. And then Evelyn right there just starts crying. Laying on the floor, laying on the stairs, and crying about not getting the first impression rose. You didn't even talk to him. She didn't even talk to him. So she spends the rest of the time crying about not getting to talk to him. Well, whose fault is that of yours? You could have went up and stole him and talked to him, and then you're upset that you're not getting the first impression rose when you didn't even talk to him? No, that's dumb. That's stupid. So here we go. We have the rose ceremony. I am not going to bother with saying who was let go because I didn't make a note of it and I don't remember any of their names. And some of these names I might have gotten wrong. So the first one, well, first of all, we have Leia already has her rose. So he hands out the first rose. Now, to me, in my mind, the first rose that he hands out is the person that, like, he has the most chemistry with. That's what I think. So I was thinking he was going to give it to either Daisy, or he was going to give it to Lexi, or he was going to give it to Kelsey. Which Kelsey? The Kelsey from New Orleans. Okay, instead, he gives it to Allison, the little sister. And I have Allison, question mark. I didn't realize that he had such a strong connection with her. So, and as soon as she got it, she went and stood behind her big sister, and her big sister said, "You got the first rose. You can fuck off." So I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, that's classy." Next was Daisy, and then Kelsey T. She's the actress. Lexi, then Jess. Then Jen, Autumn, Carissa, who's from Canada. Now, the next one, I don't know if it was Ariana or Adriana, one of the two. Then it was Kelsey, Caitlin. I was surprised by Caitlin. Rachel, Erica. I don't know if I heard this right. Medea, maybe. Sydney, Star, Starr. Listen, I don't know if I got this name right. Marlena, Maria, Taylor, and then Taylor drops a giant F-bomb. Finally, listen, Evelyn got it. How? He didn't have any, if he didn't talk to her, I mean, unless it was just, she's pretty, she's beautiful. And who did the last rose go to? The last rose went to Lauren. And another reason why I just can't stand her is because she acts like she deserves it. Like it is hers. And what took you so long? Because he called her name and she was like, of course you called my big sis. Of course you called my little sister first. And then she said, will you accept this rose? Well, yeah, really. I was like, no. I I'm not a fan of Maria's, but the two that I am the least fans of is Jess and Lauren. I like her. I like either one of them. I mean, who do you think is calling the shots here, Lauren? It's not the Bachelorette. It is the Bachelor. The Bachelor is making the decisions. And then didn't he say, oh, I'm sorry. You can call whoever you want to call in whatever order, Joey. No, I like her. So if you watched, please let me know what you thought. Who's your favorite? Who is your least favorite? And yeah, so tell me what you thought. I'm so happy it is back. So with that being said, if nobody told you yet today, I love you. I love you. You are loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, positivity, and understanding and compassion and empathy out there in the world. And also take care of one another. And always, please, no matter where you're at, number one, be aware of your surroundings. And number two, please stay safe. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow with a recap and rant about tonight's final episode of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City finale. Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.